Under the icy gaze of the misty mountains and beneath the snow-capped peaks of Khadras, there once lay a realm of unparalleled splendor, a beacon of light and craftsmanship known as Khazad-dûm. In the elder days of Middle-earth, when the world was young and hope shone bright, the dwarves awoke from their ancient slumber. Foremost among them was Durin, a legendary figure whose wanderings led him to the sacred waters of Miramir. There, amidst the pristine melodies of nature, Durin beheld a vision, a crown of stars woven on a silver thread, and with that divine inspiration, he founded the great city of Khazad-dûm, the mansion of the dwarves. For countless years, the halls of Khazad-dûm rang with the resounding clamor of forges and the harmonious strains of minstrels. The dwarves delved deep into the earth, unearthing treasures of Mithril, a radiant, untarnished silver more precious than gold, and fashioned wonders that sparkled like the stars in the night sky. Their magnificent architecture, with golden roofs, silver floors, and doors inscribed with powerful runes, became a testament to their unparalleled skill and indomitable spirit. Friendships blossomed between Durin's folk and the elves, and together they celebrated the beauty of creation, their alliance symbolized by the legendary West Gate of Moria. Crafted through the combined genius of the Dwarven master Navi and the elven artisan Kelbemor, the gate bore an inscription that welcomed all who sought passage. Speak, friend, and enter. Yet even the brightest of ages cannot last forever. The golden era of Khazad-dûm gradually waned as the inexorable hand of time claimed its due. Durin, known as Durin the Deathless, reigned for ages so long that he earned his immortal epithet. Yet even he was not immune to fate. When the great king eventually passed from the mortal realm, his departure cast a long shadow over his people. Without their guiding light, the proud dwarves began to see the first signs of decay in their once magnificent halls. The forges grew cold, the laughter of the people faded into silence, and the splendor of Khazad-dûm began to erode like stone worn by endless winds. The turning point came during the tumultuous Second Age, a time marked by cataclysmic wars that reshaped the very fabric of Middle-earth. In the legendary War of Wrath, the dark armies of Morgoth were vanquished, but the cost was immense. The bloodshed and devastation that followed left scars upon the land, and even the great kingdom of Khazad-dûm was not spared. The once proud halls became shrouded in sorrow, and the gleam of Mithril dimmed beneath layers of grief. As the years turned to centuries, a creeping darkness seeped into the heart of the kingdom, turning the magnificent Khazad-dûm into a realm of haunting desolation. The arrival of an ancient terror, one that would forever mar the history of the dwarves, was the harbinger of ruin. Deep beneath the mountain's craggy surface, a primordial force stirred, the Balrog of Morgoth, later known as Durin's Bane. This creature, a remnant of the dark power once wielded by Morgoth himself, unleashed an unrelenting fury upon the dwarven halls. In a cataclysmic confrontation, the Balrog swept through Khazad-dûm, slaying warriors and shattering the very foundations of the kingdom. Its flames and shadows drove the survivors into a desperate flight, and the once great kingdom was left to crumble into darkness. From that day forward, Khazad-dûm was known not by its ancient name, but as Moria, the Black Chasm, a grim reminder of what had been lost. For nearly 4,000 years, Moria languished in silence, its vast network of tunnels and cavernous halls overrun by orcs and other dark creatures. The mighty legacy of Durin's folk, once a testament to dwarven ingenuity and pride, was buried beneath layers of despair and decay. Yet even in its fall, Moria retained a spark of its former glory. Scattered groups of dwarves, determined to preserve their heritage, clung to the remnants of the kingdom. They unearthed forgotten treasures, recovered ancient relics like Durin's axe, and whispered of prophecies that foretold the return of the king. A time when Durin's spirit would rise again to restore the lost kingdom to its rightful splendor. Amidst this dark era, conflicts raged both within and beyond the mountain. In the fateful year 1980 of the Third Age, the very earth trembled as a primordial terror awakened from the deep. A Balrog, whose unyielding fury further devastated the already weakened Dwarven realm. The ensuing battles were brutal. Countless warriors fell as orcs and dark creatures claimed dominion over the crumbling corridors. Despite fierce resistance, the dwarves were forced to withdraw, their hopes of reclaiming Moria dashed by the relentless shadow of Durin's Bane. Even as smaller bands of dwarves later attempted to re-establish a foothold in the ancient halls, the specter of darkness hung over every step. One poignant episode in this long saga involved a doomed expedition led by King Thor and his kin. Driven by both despair and a burning desire for vengeance against the forces that had razed their home, Thor embarked on a solitary, perilous journey through the treacherous mountain passes and into the orc-infested depths of Moria. His fate, shrouded in mystery and tragic valor, became yet another bitter chapter, the long chronicle of the fallen kingdom. His body, found later by his loyal servant Nar, bore a cruel testament to betrayal and loss, a severed head inscribed with dwarven runes declaring a new dark sovereignty. This act, and the ensuing war between dwarves and orcs that raged for years, underscored the inexorable cycle of loss and retribution that had come to define Moria. Yet, even in the darkest depths of this endless night, legends persisted. The ancient prophecy foretold by the sages spoke of a time when Durin, the first among the dwarves, would rise once more from his slumber. This final return would herald the rebirth of the kingdom, a time when the lost light of Khazad-dûm would shine again, and the hammer's song and the harp's melody would echo through the deep places. Such hope, however, was tempered by the relentless passage of time and the ever-present shadow of the Balrog. For every step toward renewal, the specter of past tragedies loomed large, a constant reminder that the price of greatness was measured in both glory and sorrow. In the wake of Sauron's fall and the destruction of the One Ring, the world outside began to heal. Yet within the depths of Moria, the remnants of a once great civilization lay buried in silence, waiting for a spark to reignite their ancient flame. The dwarves who survived carried with them the memory of their lost kingdom, etched in every carved rune and every echo in the dark corridors, and they vowed that one day the lost glory of Khazad-dûm would be reclaimed. Though many would never return to those haunted halls, the legacy of Moria endured in the hearts of all who remembered a time when the dwarves ruled in splendor and when the light of Mithril shone brighter than the stars. Thus, the full history and story of Moria is a tale of glory and downfall, of a race that once soared to the heights of excellence and then plunged into the depths of despair. It is a story of eternal hope amid relentless darkness, a saga that reminds us that even as kingdoms crumble and empires fade, the spirit of those who fought for their home endures. And in the silent, crumbling ruins of Moria, where the light of the past still flickers in the faint glow of forgotten treasures, the legacy of Durin and his people lives on, awaiting the day when destiny calls them home once more.